Welcome back to Toolbox Talks for Electricians. And today on the podcast, we have another electrician like myself, self-employed. Well, don't know, are you limited? Limited. A bit posher than myself. Chris from TFS Electrical.
Howdy.
How we doing, Chris? How's business at the minute?
Business is good.
It's October 2025, and I just think it's gone mental.
Yeah, so we've been unupdated with Enquiries, jobs. We've got some casinos and a few bungalows on the go at the moment. Yeah, 13 to open in the next 2 years.
I think that's a good contract to have as well.
Yeah, it is not too bad, except I can't use any of their services because I do not gamble.
Oh, right. Well, that's a good thing, I suppose, as well, because you could get a free pass to go in there and sit in there at lunch and obviously gamble.
Yes.
Be a bit of a nightmare. But going back then, do you remember, like, your first paid job as a spark? When you were qualified spark, mind you, not just something you did for your mum.
So I did a very good job when I wasn't qualified.
Right.
And I had an engineer sign it off for me, which is Lewis's...
But you were competent then?
Yeah, I wired an entire fish and chip shop.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, the fish and chip shop, I suppose that's a bit more technical as well because they've got a lot of heating elements. And it all gas, though.
No, it was all single phase, a bunch of halogen downlights. This was when I was 18, 19, and I did the whole job. Took just over a week for £500, and that brought my first car.
I did a week for 500 quid. How times have changed.
He shook my hand so hard, and now I remember.
I bet he did. Did you think at the time you were earning a good amount of money though?
At the time, I was.
You wanted that car.
I was on £60 a day.
Right.
So to earn £500 over 7 days, I was like, that's £80 a day. That's a bump.
Yeah, bonus.
So I was on. I originally planned it to be £500 a day, but it took a little bit longer.
Right. Yeah. So you worked out, to get £100 a day. But then, do you class that now then as a bit of a mistake or just a learning curve?
Well, yeah, because I settled for a £500 Peugeot. I could have told you £3,000 and brought a decent Beamer at the time.
Well, I suppose, yeah. So what made you want to be an electrician to begin with? Because you say you were 18 when you did that job.
Yeah, so like a lot of people, fell into it.
Just fell into it. So what did you do? What did you want to do when you left school?
Oh, I don't know.
No idea.
I left school in year 8, so.
Oh, right. Just wanted to bum around.
Yeah, so I was 16. I got a job in Subway. After 5 months of working there was a discrepancy in my contract where I was getting paid 20p an hour less, and they owed me £80, and I quit.
Over 80 quid?
Over 80 quid.
So what year was this? Because back in the day...
God, this is maths. 34 now, so I was 16. How many years ago?
Someone's going to comment on this saying you're wrong.
It's
got to be...
Can't we do some maths?
15 years? 16 years, something like that.
So it's 16 off of...
You're 36 now, so it's going to be 17 years then.
I'm 34.
34.
Yeah, so...
yeah.
No, so it's 18 years ago.
18 years ago.
16.
So then...
25 minus 18.
What made you want to be...
2007.
So there must have been something that said, I'm going to go into the electrical trade because... become an electrician. Because people just can't go, well, to do it for a job, can they? Like, you can't just do it like, say, a factory worker to earn a bit of money. You've got to be qualified. Yeah. You went down a long route.
So once I left Subway, it was my girlfriend at the time's dad's friend that said, well, he can't be doing nothing.
Right. And he forced you.
He said to me, do you want a job? And I was getting paid £50 a day cash to stain lights for All Saints, the clothing brand.
Right, yeah.
Because we were doing their shop fits. And that was it. I was then getting paid £50 a day, loads more than I was at Subway. And I'd done that. I was in this little warehouse unit staining lights, and then I got given an apprenticeship.
Right.
And then the Icelandic banks went under, and I lost my apprenticeship.
It was a struggle to get qualified to start with.
Yeah,
then.
And then I did night school. I did full-time level 2, night school level 3. And then as soon as I finished my level 3, I got told I've got to go back to college for 3 years to do an NVQ and an AM2.
Right.
And I was like, I ain't doing that.
Scrap that. Because that's popular at the minute, isn't it? They've come back and they said now, if you haven't done your NVQ or AM2, you're not an electrician.
Yeah.
After you've been doing it for how long? 20 years?
Whole class at that time said, because back then you could do your level 2 and then get on NIC.
Yeah.
And so the whole class back then was like, we're not coming back to do another.
If you don't need to, yeah.
I remember my tutor, Andy Lanebeer, said, don't even think the NVQ would take off. Don't worry about it, is what he said. and now us are looking like next year we're not going to be able to renew.
Well, no, you can still renew it. It's like you got grandfather rights, haven't you?
Yeah,
I think if you're in already, but if you quit for 2 years, then you can't get back in.
That's right.
Apparently, yeah. Have you got any plans to do this MVQ or AM2?
If I get forced to do it, probably not.
No, if there's no benefit to it, sort of thing, I suppose. You don't need to. Because you're in with NIC or NAPIT at the minute. You've got your part of your registrations. You don't need to.
Even if I did need to, you don't need qualifications to run a business. I just employ a QS.
Right. Yeah, I suppose there's another option in a way.
If the options are go back to school, like if it was to do a full 3-year NVQ, I know there's the short track courses designed for people that have done it already.
Yeah.
If that wasn't an option, say if all of those were scrapped and I had to physically go and sit in a classroom for 3 years again.
You didn't want to do it. There is an option that I've been told as well, where you can pay to play. Basically pay for it. Someone will do your MVQ portfolio for you and just get your MVQ. Right. That's a dodge to start with, I think.
If you go through any one of my videos, there will be CSCS gold card 9999.
Oh right,
and
yeah,
they
these
just
guys.
Sell them.
I know, yeah. I tried to con one once to get me to send it for free because I weren't going to pay. I just wanted to see what they look like, but obviously he didn't fall for it. He just wanted the money off me, basically.
Yeah, don't pay for your qualifications.
It's not worth it. That's what I always say. Like people that pay for qualifications might sit there and go, "I'm qualified to the highest spec, probably qualified more than myself," and they go to do the job. And I don't know what to do. I can't do it.
Yeah, well, the main thing is in the unlikely event that someone was to get hurt,
yes,
you would be going to prison.
Exactly. End of the day, yeah, then you're screwed anyway.
Yeah.
So what made you want to run your own company? Because you worked for somebody at the time, obviously, when you were training.
Yep.
But then you thought, stuff it, I can do this myself.
So I've worked for a few companies, obviously the social housing I used to work for and so on and so on. There was a fella in London called Lee Fortune. Probably the
cool surname.
Best. Yeah, Fortune, exactly. Cost a fortune as well. I saw some of his invoices.
Right.
Probably the best person I ever worked for.
Yeah.
But after I got married, I wanted to be closer to home, closer to
less travelling
and stuff. Yeah, and we parted ways. But he showed me a lot of the testing tips and tricks that you see on my channel. I learned from him.
Right.
Yeah.
What tips and tricks is in how to get business or to be electrician?
He kept the business side of it very tight to his chest. Yeah,
right. He didn't tell you?
No, he wouldn't talk about how to win jobs and get jobs. He wanted a very good
A lot
employee.
of people, I think, are like that, don't they? They don't like telling the tips and tricks of how to get work because they think that everyone's going to steal the work off them.
Yeah, he was like that. He wouldn't say too much on how to grow a business.
Right.
But he was a very good electrician.
He was good at it.
Yes.
So when you started upon your own, self-employed, and you thought, right, I'm a fully qualified spark, I can go do this myself. Was it just that easy? Like you could go out and do work, or was there other aspects in there that you thought, well, I didn't freaking hell think I was going to have to do this, like business side of things?
So on the business side, no one anticipates exactly how much admin there is to run a limited company when it comes to tax.
Did you start off sole trader first?
I did. Yeah, I've been sole trader since I was 17.
So then, when you limited, is it a big difference?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, huge difference.
It's essentially the same thing with just more to it. Imagine the difference between a plaster and stitches. It does the same thing. It covers a wound, but stitches is a lot more.
Right.
So you do have to do a lot more. You've got filing deadlines. It's not just once a year. You've got to do confirmation statement as well as PAYE as
so
well.
So what's the benefit of being to yourself to being limited rather than sole trader?
You have no risk on yourself.
Right. So if you're doing big contracts, then.
So like, let's just say, for example, me and you do a rewire because you're a sole trader, right?
Yeah.
Now we're both good electricians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better. But let's just say we both accidentally burnt down Barbara's house.
Oh, it does happen.
Okay, it just happened.
Right? Yeah.
Twins that live next door to each other. I burnt down that sister's house. You burnt down this sister's house.
Yeah.
Who's getting their own house sold to cover them costs? Because I'll just fold the limited company. You'd lose your house.
Yes.
If it was negligence on why the fire was
caused.
caused.
If you were faulty, at fault.
You both like financially and legally separate yourself as the person,
as the company sort of thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people think the whole you can go limited and then just bury every debt. That changed ages ago. Everything's got a director's guarantor now, where they will then chase you if you do that.
Yeah,
but it's more the legalities on if you get
the work sort of who's responsible for you sort of thing.
Yes, if you had if you got knocked for a lot of money, for example, there are some things being a limited company that you then wouldn't have to pay back out.
Right. So yeah, I get you. So like I think if you're doing big contracts and you've got a lot of money going out, say you owe the wholesalers 100 grand and you get bumped for 100 grand, you're not going to lose your house over it.
No. But if you've got a director's guarantor on that wholesale account, then they would come after your house.
Oh my God, that's another thing as well. Bleeding thing. So when you started up then and you started off on your own, how did you figure out how to get your own customers and build your business to where it is today? So
very much so started on MyBuilder.
I did the same thing. Back in the day, I think MyBuilder, when it started out, it was all right.
Yeah,
it was good. But did you use it today?
No.
Would you ever use it today?
No.
No. What about Checkatrade?
No.
My work went. All of them. There's so many of them that I think are just out to, I don't know, rip the bloody tradesman off, to be honest.
They definitely are. There's a few things you can do to obviously prove this. If you just go on any search engine and type cheap electrician, 90% of the time
they'll come up.
The top links are Checkatrade, MyBuilder, trusted people. Now, it doesn't mean every customer that comes through Checkatrade has searched cheap electrician.
Yeah.
But a percentage have. And it's the sort of leads that...
Do you reckon they put it in their keywords?
This is the only reason they get found for it.
True,
like you'd watch them over the months battle for who's got cheap electrician Maidstone.
Yeah.
Like who's getting the most. But back in the day, MyBuilder was very much, you'd pay £1.80 for what would be £100 job.
Yeah.
And now it's like, I think I saw £34 lead for an EICR.
Some people are only charging that for an EICR.
This is what I'm saying. So where the bottom line on an EICR, I think I saw a video, I can't remember his name, but recently, and he phoned around and someone said 50 quid.
Right.
And I was like, 50 quid for an EICR?
For an EICR,
but you have to write it up. It
takes longer.
Even if you blag it, that's half an hour of paperwork.
Yeah, you'll be desperate for cash in effect. And in a way, if you're going to do that, why don't you just get a job in like Tesco's?
You're putting so much risk on yourself, where if you did or didn't do something and then something burnt down, and it's your name on that ticket.
Yeah.
For 50 quid.
Yeah, this is the thing. What do you think about cheap electricians that do go around? Say you go around someone's house, they want 6 spotlights, and you're going to say, right, it's 500 quid. But someone will go around and say, I could do it for 120 quid. What? Why? Why would you do it for 120 quid? Why don't you just go less responsibility by going to work as a binman or something like that? I'm not saying responsibility less with a binman sort of thing, but a job where you're employed, possibly.
So I think a lot of that comes to the dream of running your own business. You see it all the time, and I've been moaned at about this before, where people go, I'm self-employed, I'm my own boss, when they work for a sole contractor. Yeah. You're not self-employed, you're employed without the benefits. You have no sick pay, no van, no fuel card. You think you're self-employed. If you're
like your own boss, it's sort of a stature thing, isn't
it? You're not. You're not. But I think that whole stigma, you'll notice a lot of time when people come out of employment to work for themselves, they maybe were getting paid 180 a day. They're now pricing jobs at 200 a day, thinking I'm my own boss.
I'm earning more money.
You're still screwing yourself over, because £200 a day, all right, you'd pay yourself, but then what happens to your van, your running costs, your fuel cards?
Yeah,
they were so used
to goes out somewhere.
Yeah, they're so used to that when they were employed by this one sole trader. They had to pay for their own van, their own fuel off of that 180 a day. So they feel like it's a bonus.
Yeah, because they get an extra 20 quid.
It's not.
You got to sometimes sit down and look at you and think, right, these are my outgoings, and is it balancing up for the incomings? Because if it's not much difference, you got to do something about it.
Yeah, there's no point in being in business if you don't make profit.
100%. And this leads on to, you're basically a Google guru.
Yes.
You're good at it. You get, what percentage of your work comes through Google?
So I would say from new inquiries.
Yeah.
if you want to include word of mouth 100%, we don't advertise anywhere.
Right. Well, this is pretty true actually, because on the way here in the van, he had a call and sorted out a job already. So it just happens constantly.
And like I said, that person, I can show the email. We might stamp it there.
Yeah.
That person emailed me a few days ago, and I ignored them because I knew I wouldn't have time because of this.
Yeah.
He phoned up this morning, and now Ryan.
He still wanted you to do it.
Ryan doesn't know he's going to do that job today. He's already got.
He thinks he's got an early
got
finish.
some EICRs.
Got a surprise for him.
Yeah. He's got some EICRs. He's got to fit a fryer at the Chinese we do a lot of work for. And now he's got to go and do this. And then I'll finish here. And then on my way home, I'll pick up the Chinese.
good little perk.
They always give you a takeaway if you do a job.
That's a good idea to work for a Chinese, because I do like a Chinese takeaway.
Yeah.
So with the Google then, obviously you weren't born good at it, but how did you figure out how to work out Google, basically?
If I was to be completely honest,
yeah,
2 years of trial and error, obviously.
You just tested things out
on my own page.
Did you go to Google because you thought, right, I need more work?
No, we originally paid for SEO. This was back when I was with Leon. We paid for SEO 800 and something pound a month, and after 4 months, we were getting work, and we were like, oh, SEO works.
Yeah,
and then me being me, wanting to know the ins and outs of it, every customer...
intrusive mind sort of thing, thinking about why is this working? How is it working?
And I was like, I asked obviously the SEO guys questions as we went there to look at the website and stuff. Yeah. And every customer I'd ask, how did you find us? And I was noticing a trend that was irrelevant to the SEO that we were doing.
Right.
And the only thing we had to do on the business when they were doing the SEO was the Google Map Pack.
Right.
So they were giving us some tips and tricks for it, and then I watched a bunch of videos, and we dropped the SEO, and I doubled down on the Google Map Pack, which is what the service I offer. And I noticed not a decrease in work, and we've just saved £800 a month.
Right, so you think SEO's dead in effect?
SEO is dead.
It is. You're confirming in your opinion with the Google.
For a service-based industry, SEO is dead. Like the guys here, the studio, what I do wouldn't help them to a degree.
Right, so you're solely like niched right down for tradesmen, in effect.
Niche down for service-based industries.
Right.
So tradesmen, CAFs, mechanics, anywhere that relies
has
on...
an actual area where they work.
Yeah, that relies on the local populace coming in. Those are the services that would benefit from striving on the Map Pack.
Right.
If like I whenever I talk to people, I use if you've heard of a website called CD Keys.
Nope.
No, you can buy secondhand keys for games. It's like a secondhand.
You had to bring gaming in somewhere, didn't you? Of course, you
always. And that website, for example, relies on selling to the world.
Right.
They don't even need a Google Map location.
Right. They just need search engine optimization, SEO sort of thing.
They need to be the top of Google.
Right.
The biggest con with SEO guys at the moment, and anyone watching this is going to have heard this, we'll get you to the top page of Google, is what they will be told.
Right.
If anyone goes on Google, and hopefully we'll edit a little slideshow,
a little bit
here,
showing here.
If you search electrician, the first page essentially on your phone is going to be sponsored links.
Yeah.
You scroll down to the next page on your phone, it's the Map Pack, which is my strategy where I target. Then you scroll down again, and you'll have the first page of Google, which is what they're selling.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, modern SEO for service-based industries, they're selling you the top of the third page.
Right.
Because the first page has changed.
So it changes the game. It is over time that the game's changed, do you think?
I think last year Google put a publication out that 75% of service-based industries were found off of Google Maps.
Right.
So if 70...
I get that, because when I search for something, you go onto the map and you see what red dot's closest to the blue dot. I mean, to see what's closest to you.
Yeah, whenever I go anywhere new, I'm an avid Warhammer fan. Yeah. You know, whenever I go anywhere new, I go on Google Maps and I type in Warhammer. And I challenge anyone to do this, and maybe not for whatever you like.
Yeah.
So just type in the most vast thing that you want to find. It doesn't have to be the name of the store. Warhammer is the name of the product and the store.
Yeah.
But once you search that, you would see the Warhammer stores on Google Maps. You will equally see the third party stores that sell Warhammer.
Right.
Because their reviews have got Warhammer in it, and this is all the strategy that we do.
Right. What you used as well. So basically, by searching for Warhammer, you've adapted it into
when I figured out that
Google.
Google uses your reviews for keywords,
Right.
I was in London and I was with my wife and I was looking for some Dragon Ball Z memorabilia. I was looking for a nerdy shop. I thought, we're in London. We get
It's got to be something.
Yeah, we get something. And I just thought, do you know what? I went on Google Maps. I just typed in Dragon Ball Z. You would never do that. There's no shops called Dragon Ball Z. And then I saw it was like Fifth Element models. And then underneath on the maps, on the physical maps on Google, underneath it in brackets, it had a very lovely selection of Dragon Ball Z models. Right. So this shop's review keyword was how I found
Dragon Ball, right.
So then we...
So have you been utilising that to your advantage with your business as well?
As soon as I noticed that, I adapted every review that came into Electrician Maidstone, and within 4 weeks we were the top of Maidstone.
So you proved that it works, in effect, like trial and error again.
Yes, we were already very, very high, bouncing on and off the top page, and we cemented the top page after that of the maps. So we were essentially top page for 75% of the work in Maidstone.
So then you've got your own business to the top. What gave you the idea of thinking, I could probably help others? That's quite a good thing to do.
So when I first started doing the lives,
right,
the Discord lives and the TikTok lives on Growing People's Google, it was a way of trial and error.
Oh, you were testing things out as well.
The thing was, I could put what I thought was true into practice on multiple accounts. I was looking after, I think...
So you wanted to prove it to yourself even more?
You prove it to myself even more, and if I could help some people, that's like a winner, isn't
it?
Yeah. And so I was looking after like 36 accounts, and I could only do so much for free.
Right, yeah.
So some people, BH Electrical, Penfold Electrical, JK Electrical... really got some great feedback to the point where BH, he's getting married today, actually.
Right, yeah.
He turns off his phone. Like, he took his number off Google. He was getting too much
because it just got too much for him.
He's a one-man band, and he does have a very good contract anyway. But the additional call-outs got a bit too much. And Joe used to see him in all my videos last year. Yeah, he used to do half the year working for me. And now he's asking me to do days for him.
Nice, so that's got him busy as well.
So yeah, and then even yourself, you done.
I did a few tips and tricks of what you told me on the videos and that, and it did start ringing because I'm in quite a small town.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as much effort. Like I'm in a place called Rothwell rather than you're in Maidstone, and it was a smaller town, so it did get to the top, and it still works to this day. I haven't touched it for a little while.
That's like with Penfold. He's down Cornwall way. And I remember when he first came onto the Discord live, and I was honest to him. I said, look, I don't know how this is going to work. You're in such a rural area.
Yeah.
And we've just started playing Battlefield 6 together.
Right.
Not sponsored, but it's a good game. And he talked to me, and he said that he managed to help one of his friends that had started a new chippy business.
Right.
Get onto Google and get some work. In return, he gets their media walls. You know?
Right, yes, it works out in effect, yeah.
And he averages 15 to 20 calls a month from Google, and he doesn't pay for it. And from
that's just through the things that you've showed him what to do, basically.
From that, it's enough. When I don't work on my page, our average is 15 to 20 calls, and then maybe 5 to 10 web inquiries every month. When I work on the page, it's 30 to 40 calls, sort of 20-ish web inquiries.
Right.
So I haven't worked on my page since April.
So there is a lot of people, though, as well, that maybe are scared to do things wrong on their Google. Like you think, I've faffed it up, I've made a mistake, I haven't got time to do it, and it is difficult sometimes. You've got to get your head around it. You've got to have time to sit down, maybe watch some of your videos, read some of your content you put out there on how to do it. But I think you've got an option for that as well now, haven't you?
Yes.
This is what I was getting to.
Yes. So throughout the time of it, even when I was selling the course which is just...
But this because you were asked for it so many times as well.
Everyone would say, how much for you to just do it? And I never had a price.
Yeah.
I now have a price. It's less than a call out a month.
Cool.
So
I would
say to anyone, you can buy the masterclass if it doesn't work for you, discount that when you start the monthly.
Right.
Or you can come straight onto the monthly, and if you get one call out a month, you break even.
This is the thing. You can bang a lot of money on advertising. Like, I think when I was starting out, you could bang £500 on leaflets, and then your time as well to go and deliver the leaflets.
Yeah.
I think this is possibly a new way, the modern way of doing it.
I think, and like, this is where I didn't want to talk too much about the strategy on the SEO, because I imagine now every other SEO guy is going to turn around and go, yeah, the top page is dead.
Yeah.
Get on the top of,
get
on the top of Google Maps, because it's where all your customers come from. It will happen. You heard it here first.
You're right.
Google is changing. The top page is no longer needed for service-based industries. Mm-hmm. So your options are be number one of 75% of the work, because 75% of customers were found
through Google and stuff.
Yeah, through the Google Map Pack. And you can do that for as little as one call out a month, or you can pay Checkatrade 150, 200, 300,
I think Checkatrade's
400.
Got a bad name at the minute. Like, I see so many videos.
People
can't even quit if they want to.
do you know when you know Checkatrade's not good, they turn their comments off?
yeah, exactly, don't they? On the ads.
Like, even Brad doesn't turn his comments off.
So what are one of the biggest mistakes that you've obviously seen a load of people's Google business pages?
Yeah.
What would you say would be the biggest mistake, what you see straight away and think, sort this out?
So there's a few very big mistakes, and I won't go massively into it, because I know there's an SEO guy that has brought my course and has started changing his content on TikTok already.
Right.
Biggest mistakes I see off the bat, which is against terms and conditions on Google, is having your mobile number in your picture. The amount of times people use their picture as their business card.
Oh, the brand as well, yeah.
Yeah, so they've got so-and-so Electrical, Sam Smith, 0777.
Yeah.
It's against terms and conditions. That is the quickest way to nerf
do
your
it.
page.
And it limits your reach, I suppose.
Yeah, so Google's a computer at the end of the day.
An algorithm and stuff, isn't it?
If you wanted a result from a calculator, the only way you could get that is number plus number equals sum. Mm-hmm. That's the only way you can get a result from a calculator. Google's the same. If you put in 1F plus, it's not going to know what to do.
Yeah.
Unless it's a very scientific calculator. And that was an actual sum. But what I'm getting at is if Google doesn't know how to read your page, it's just going to go, well, maybe we'll forget about this person.
Don't concentrate on it, because there's so many other pages that
when this person here has ticked every box, he's done everything to our terms and conditions, and he's obviously a better candidate for our potential customer.
And that's what they want, people to stay on Google and be satisfied with their product.
Yeah, Google's business is people picking up the phone, typing in Google, nearest Nando's. Mm-hmm. That's Google's business.
Google it. It's like a brand, like a name as a catchphrase sort of thing. Just Google it.
So you have to abide by Google's rules.
Yeah.
So the biggest mistake I see, is pictures with numbers on it. You can't do that.
I'm trying to think where I've got any, to be honest.
And the second biggest mistake is when people have a service area which is the size of 10 counties.
I work anywhere and everywhere.
Now, for me, we cover from Margate to London. Mm-hmm. So we cover all of Kent into southeast London.
Have you grown it over time?
If I told Google that, I wouldn't get seen, because Google wouldn't know where to put me.
Right.
Are we going to show them for the Margate listings? Are we going to show them for the London listings? Which is competitive anyway. Mm-hmm. If you said we served Maidstone, which is just one town, it's you against the 20 other electricians.
Yeah.
If you said you serve Maidstone, Kent, Tunbridge, this, that, it's you against 4,000 electricians.
Right.
You're not going to get seen.
So you look at it like that, you're less competition in effect.
It's like it's almost what you need to do is you need to have a smaller net with less holes in it, throwing it at fish, right? So if you have a big net, every customer's a fish. Now imagine if your net's the whole of Kent with loads of holes in it because Google doesn't know what to do, and you throw it, you're never going to catch a fish.
And like you say, people look at the map as well. If you're massive and someone looks at you, you're 20 miles away, they're not going to necessarily pick you.
That's it. That's why the service-based industries are doing so well on Google, because people want an electrician next door. They want a plumber next
A
door.
local one, in effect.
Every time me and the wife look for somewhere to eat, I use Google Maps. When I booked the hotel for today, I looked at how close it was to here.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I did. I went on Google. Obviously, the guys here were on Google, so I could see where they were on the maps. And I was like, okay, there. 10 minutes away, cheap hotel. And
so, in effect, if you were, say you were starting fresh out again today, you're 18 years old, and you're starting your business, would you think that Google is the only way to get business, in effect? Would that be your main priority?
No. So Google isn't the only way to get business. Google is one of the only ways which is free.
Right.
So if you're not going to sit there and spam Facebook posts in your local group and so on and so on,
it's an advantage to grow that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, if you do your Google yourself, Google is free. It's a free passive way to get work.
Right.
It's also a very good way. If you speak to anyone who is popular on Google, it's like a license to print money. There's like a psychological trigger where a customer has gone through the rankings, checked the website, checked the reviews.
Yeah.
When they ring you, they've chosen you. The guy Henser today, he emailed me 3 days ago. He phoned me today.
He's confident he wanted you to do the job.
He's triggered, like he's conditioned his brain to say, well, I'm using TFS. And it's like a license to print money. When I spoke
Once it works, you can't turn it off either. Yeah, in effect.
Yeah, it's we book out for 600 a day on average in Kent, in Maidstone.
Right.
When I know our competitors are £250, £300 a day on their
so you charge more as well, just because you've got a good reputation and a solid profile.
Yeah, we're almost double, and we have consistent work every day. So then it's like, who's really paying themselves? Because they're on Checkatrade paying £400 a month.
This is the thing, yeah. I feel sorry for a lot of guys that go on there, because I see so many posts on Facebook and stuff. They say, I'm struggling with work. Who recommends Checkatrade? Who recommends MyBuilder? And I suppose they're looking for an easy route, an easy option.
Yeah, you can't. I saw this guy, I think, is it OB or OF Electrical? He recently done a video where they auto-renewed him on Checkatrade, and they wouldn't let him cancel the next auto-renew until a month before or a week before. They said, no, we've already renewed you,
like you're stuck.
He's like, well, I want to cancel next year. Next year, just don't auto-renew it. They're like, you can't do it until a month before. So they're also, once they get you on, they pray that in 11 months' time, you're so busy, you forget.
You forget to do it. I suppose, they're going to try and give you loads of work, basically. But like you say, again, if there's people on there, like on MyBuilder, buying leads for an EICR for 35 quid, that customer's not going to choose you to do the EICR, because you're going to go, right, this is, 250 quid on maybe a little bungalow or a masonette or something. And they're going, I wanted one for 50 quid. I had the scenario of someone ask me, and I said, look, to be honest with you, there will be people out there, like for a rented property, there will be people out there to do an EICR that will be cheap, and they'll probably just do a fly-by-one. They won't test anything. If I did it, I'd go into detail. I'd be there for like at least a day, checking everything, what needs to be done, how it needs to be wired, giving you every recommendation. Do you know what she said to me after that? Do you know anyone that will do it for 50 quid? Sorry, don't. That's all they're interested in. Sometimes people just see the money, don't they? So you think, sorry, like.
Yeah, no, that always happens. It happens a lot less. I've had one customer turn around and say he had a cheaper quote from Checkatrade, and I was like, take it. No, I don't care. This was the tingling socket guy. If you've seen my videos, when he was licking his charger, saying he's getting an electric shock, and I was like, mate,
don't lick the freaking charger.
Don't lick the charger. It was him, and then he said, "But I'd still rather go with you. Like, I've got the reputation. I'd worked for them before." And I was like, okay, well, my price is still my price. I charged it. It was 150 to go and check while that was tingling him.
What did you say? Don't put it in your mouth. Oh yeah, it's not tingling anymore.
I tried getting the content while we was there, and he was.
That's why you need a pair of them meta glasses.
Yeah, he followed behind me, and I couldn't exactly film in the face. But when I plugged it in, and I was putting my tester across, going like, no, you've got 14 volts. Like, it's how it should be. It's a charger. And he went, no, it's when you. And he went to lick it, and I was like, Like Canny camera, I wanted to be like that, but I couldn't. I had to be professional.
Why did he think that? Some customers are a bit crazy, aren't they? I think you just in social housing as well. Some of your videos, they are hilarious, but people relate to them. This is the thing.
I think with the social housing videos, every bit of a video is accurate to something that's either
you
happened.
Don't do it because it's happened.
I've either overplayed it or I've slightly exaggerated.
Yeah.
And it's all true. And the reason it's so relatable is because it is a lot of the social housing. And I know everyone says, and you see it in all the comments, like, I'm in social housing and I'm not like this. I fully understand that.
Not everybody is like that. But
what you need to understand is the houses that smash their sockets and lights on a regular basis are like that.
Yeah. This is why we're there.
They are the houses you see. If you ask anyone who does EICRs for social housing, they will tell you a more accurate representation of 80% of good, 20% of shit.
Yeah. Because you don't go around to the people that look after the places, do you?
That's it. And that's the same as the like the private market as well. 80% are like show homes, 20% aren't.
Yeah.
On the private market. But if you do reactive maintenance for social housing where you're changing broken lights and switches, 98% of the houses are shitholes.
Some of them. I used to do work for the council in Corby, and I was sent around there when I worked for T. James. Someone went in there, rewired the kitchen for them, and they said all they've got to do is go in and change the board. And they'll lift the floorboards up, and the cables are there ready to be put into the new board. So I got the floorboard up, had a look round. There was a frigging needle. I thought, I ain't doing this. Not a chance. Rummaging around in there. So it had to be, fumigated? I don't know what the council did, but they sent someone in to clean it up.
Yeah, it's dangerous waste, isn't it?
Yeah. Stuff that you could get, I don't know whether you could get AIDS or something like that, or get high. Yeah. I don't know what you're going to do if you get jabbed in the shoulder. I did when I worked for somebody once. Went round there to fix a light or so, and they were cooking brownies or cookies or something. Would you like a cookie? I was like, yeah, I'll have a cookie. I'm a bit of a fatty. I had two. They were giggling away. I was stoned.
They spoke to you.
Yeah, they were laughing their heads off, and I thought, oh my God, I had to phone up the air agency and say, look, this is not on, and then go home and chill out. I was spaced out. Like, it's a cheek. I should have had them cookies. Sometimes I should think.
Oh, I've never had that. I've never.
In Wellingborough, mate, Hemingwell Estate. It's flipping a nightmare.
Is it Lambeth Green in London? Emergency call out, lights off. I've walked in, ground floor, maintenance cupboard unlocked. Not common, not uncommon. Opened it because usually these social housing tenants use the maintenance cupboard to store all their shit.
Yeah, the pushchairs or whatever.
I went in there. Scrambled to the fuse board, turned it on as the lights came on. On the 150 by 150 trunking was a knife like this in a sheath on top of a bunch of weed. So obviously just took my pictures and left, right? Because I was like, if he comes back, I'm getting stabbed.
Yeah, seen it in there. He was stashing it.
So I just left with the weed. And then I remember the next day, and this goes on to the reason why I worked for myself. There was this guy who worked for the company. He was the owner's brother, not an electrician, and he moaned at me that they wouldn't be able to charge for anything on that job because I didn't remove and refix. If you know anything about scheduler rates for the council, you'd know remove and refix was like £6.80 and so on. So because I didn't take the board cover off and put it back, he's like, we can't charge for anything. And I was like, there was a knife in there. Yeah, this guy's obviously shot in or selling weed out of this this thing.
Cupboard.
And I was like, I would have got stabbed. Without a question, they would have been like...
And you're moaning about us not getting paid the £6 or whatever.
It's an op stealing my thing, but they had to pay me the £50 call out. And I remember it was after that day, I was like, I'm done working for people.
Scrap that, yeah.
Definitely done working on social housing.
Do you still work on social housing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what that done then?
We do.
It's possibly good money anyway for the council and stuff. So repetitive work.
When I say we do social housing at the moment, it's for a charity. I won't name it who we work for, but the rates are very good, and we get paid travel. If the job's 2 hours away, I'll get paid
So you still keep your hands in effect.
Yeah, I'd
and
get
meet
paid
all these lovely people.
the 4 hours, but these are all lovely. It's it's a religious charity,
Right.
Christian charity that we work for.
Right.
But it's essentially social housing in the sense that they have people tenanted in houses. But yeah, we'd get paid travel. If it's 4 hours away, I'll get paid 4 hours there.
Right.
1
So you
hour,
got a contract with them in
back.
effect, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really good.
So with the electrical industry then, since you've been qualified, do you reckon it's changed? Like, well, it's changed with surge protection, AFDDs and all that, blah, blah. Where do you see it going in the next 5, do you reckon? Or less?
If I was to extend it and say the next 15 years,
right.
I don't think we're going to have mains voltage lighting in the UK.
Oh, didn't you?
No.
It'll all change.
I reckon every domestic household would be 12
Have you heard of the Ben? The Ben. Basically, they've got a whole different wiring system. They wire your house different. I'm going to have to show you it. But that's going on to 24 volts and LEDs and stuff like that as well by using it. So this might come in. Why do you reckon that's going to happen then?
So it's obviously safer not having mains voltage at your lights.
But safer in what aspect? Because there isn't everything got like, well, we've got AFDDs now. So if there's an arc, it'll trip off. I mean, so it's safe that way.
We're already, it's that agreed. Well, if they trip the Hager ones,
this is it. To be honest, yeah.
But you're relying on a device and a device and a device to save someone in the most stupid of ways, licking your own phone charger. It happens. If you had a 12-volt lighting system or a 24-volt, like the whole lighting system was low voltage, just you run Cat 6s to each light, to each switch, and you plug them all in a panel. It doesn't matter if they lick it. Like,
because they're not going to get hurt. They'll just get a buzz and they'll go, and they'll ring you up.
I can see that. It's a bit like America, how they've got 230 volts and 110 in the property. You know, they've got 2 supplies in their property, high draw, low draw.
Right.
I can see most countries opt in
for that aspect.
240 draw for your power and then an even lower draw for your lights. Because they're already doing a 0.75 cable and a 3 amp breaker.
Yeah.
For lighting, so I can see that eventually changing. It'll
come into practice. I think it'll change that way.
Yeah.
So what? So basically, with all this, the advance of AFDDs and RCBOs and stuff, that's the materials wise. Is there any tools that you think this was a good buy? Like sometimes you get these tools. For myself, that Metabo chaser, I put off buying that for ages. But I wouldn't be without it now.
Tools that I think have changed the industry or have changed my industry.
Changed you working as an electrician sort of thing that you think is a massive advantage, or something you've wasted a load of money on, you thought that was a waste of money?
So, wasted a load of money on like a DeWalt inspection cam.
Did you?
So the DeWalt inspection camera that takes the 10.8 volt battery. It's massive. It only fits through like a 28mm hole. It's not like you could just get a little cheap one from China to do the same.
Little TikTok ones
job.
Or something.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest waste of money I ever.
You do waste a lot of money, and you bought things they come out all the time. Even fixing sometimes, you think, yeah, they look good, and they sit in your van. You never use them.
Exactly. Right, exactly.
But you want to give them a go.
But I think the biggest thing that changed since I started was Wagos. They weren't around when I was in college. And
I love them. I
remember Martin Farney, his name was. He was like my first real mentor. I've gone, these look good.
You remember people's names well, don't you?
Yeah, they only sold Wagos in little 10 bags when I was when I first sort of started. And I was like, these look good. He went, nah, too fucking expensive. They'll never take off. Now every engineer I know has got like £200 worth of Wagos.
In the van, like
everyone's got a Wago tray.
Yeah, definitely. You got one on the side of your van, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. So
for freebie giveaways.
Wagos were like the biggest
game changer, I think. Yeah, definitely get rid of the connector blocks. But there is some people as well that go, no, I like a connector block. Why?
Brad.
Just Brad, does he?
Yeah, but I understand where Brad's coming from. If you actually look at a 50-pack, like 5-port lever Wago, it's like, what, 22 quid?
Yeah.
So you're looking at like 40p per Wago. So if you drop 3 of them, that's £1 just over £1.
It's whether you're cheap or not, isn't it? Let's be honest.
You know, so I can understand what he's saying, where some people are spending an extra 20 to 40p per switch to second fix, where he's like, I've got 400 connector blocks for like £2.
And it's if the budget sort of thing's different.
And they work. They've worked for millennia, so they're going to keep working. So I can understand where Brad comes from that. Yeah. And even though 90% of the time I reckon it's just rage bait.
He puts it out there.
He second fixed the HMO for me, and there was a fault on one of the switches. It wasn't Brad's fault. And
they tell me it's a connector block.
Well, no, I've taken it off and seen a connector block, and I sent him a picture. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? What if people come and think this was me? But it's just banter.
Yeah, it's all fun and games. Right, so the electrical industry is changing, but then how do you reckon people can keep up with the times and keep busy? I know the answer. It's obviously to use Google. But for people out there that want to check it out, because what have you got? A course on how to do it yourself?
Yeah, course on how to do it yourself, and then obviously us paid to do it.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is other industries as well. I took a chippy, brand new page. And he was,
so not just electricians, basically all service-based businesses, like industries,
you say. But carpenters, for some reason, aren't on Google.
No.
My mate took a fresh page from nothing to first page in like 4 days, and he was getting phone calls.
4 days?
And and that chippies just aren't on Google. It's not competed for at all.
They're maybe not interested in going on.
So next week, NIC, we're speaking about NAPIT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. That'll be a good one to check out. Because are you for or against
governing bodies?
The governing bodies.
Against.
Maybe for. They're a good thing, surely. So we'll check out that one. That'll be next week. And then to check out the Google Masterclass from Chris, or to get Chris to do it for you, check out the show notes below. There'll be a link to where you can see more of that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
Take care.
Sign off,
Bye.
Chris.